Hello my dudes, welcome back to the Siege of Littleton. Last episode we began our journey to get more food. We did not complete our mission though. That's why this episode is going to be focused on 100% getting a Drygmy farm set up from Ars Nouveau. These are amazing ways for you to farm mobs using magic without actually having to kill a mob. That means they don't need much space, but they're also really good for lag. Anyway, what have I done between episodes? Well, check it out behind me. You might see the barracks back there. So our builder, Lyra Meadowcroft, I think her name is, got to work on the barracks. This is the second barracks that we're building. We needed 2 barracks because we want to get some research done that requires our barracks to be level 3, or it requires 3 levels of a barracks to be present across the colony. That means you can have 1 barracks at level 2 and another barracks at level 1. It's a big building and it takes our builder a long time to build this, but it's worth it. It's a very compact building, but there's a lot going on the internals. There's a lot of intricate rooms and steps in this build. At level 1, it really does look like a very ugly wooden fort. It still functions pretty well and has those 4 guard towers around the edges, but it's definitely not as cool as it looks at level 2. And so to that end, take a look at this. We've upgraded the barracks to level 2 now. That means each of these external towers holds 2 dudes, meaning the barracks in total brings us 8 more guards into the family. Very cool. And it was also important to decorate this thing so it looks the part, and it fits really nicely here next to our couriers' huts on the riverbank. Now, while the decoration train was going, I thought I'd come over here to where our farms are set up. We have 2 here at level 2 at the moment. That's okay, but I wanted to push the envelope. I wanted to get another farm in here level 2. They're very small, very cheap, very easy to build. So 3 here at level 2 is a really good start. And also, we added an extra set of fields around the back to bring us to a total of 8 fields. We also heaped the decoration on this building and the surroundings, and I think it looks a lot nicer. We're trying to focus on compact, space-efficient builds, but that doesn't mean there isn't space for a little bit of decoration here and there. But while we've been doing this, you can see our colonists have gathered outside the restaurant. These guys are really hungry because we've run out of food completely. We need to get food sorted. We need to focus this episode on constructing our magical Ars Nouveau Drygmy farm. So we want to get a Drygmy farm. What is a Drygmy? Well, a Drygmy is one of those weird, we might see them running around, maybe not, but they're a weird little creature from Ars Nouveau with a bit of a beard, like a mini druid. Anyway, we can use them, if I look at Drygmy here, we can use them to make a farm that will farm any mob we can capture. To get a Drygmy, we need a Drygmy totem, and this is obtained, as you can see, by giving a Drygmy that you'll find out in the wild a Wilden horn. Well, what's a Wilden horn? Well, that's where things get quite complicated. So we've already got a pretty basic Ars Nouveau setup. If you're new to this series and here for the Drygmy farm, you might want to check out those older episodes because we go through how we get an enchanting apparatus set up, get some source generation on the go with a pretty neat trick, but now we need to focus on a Drygmy farm. So we need to get Wilden horns. Wilden are magical beasts. If we look at, there might be like a thing here. Yeah, you can see there's some spawn eggs over here, and these are the things they can drop: Wilden horns, Wilden spikes, or Wilden wings. Now you can find these out and about. If you look carefully, there might be Ars Nouveau structures around the world that can spawn them. There's also a special biome where they live, but those are really hard to find usually, very spaced out. It's unlikely we'll come across one. So, oh no, how do we get a Wilden horn? Well, that's where we're in luck. There's actually a ritual that will let us spawn them in. It's called the Tablet of Summon Wilden. Obviously it summons Wilden, and to make it not too hard at all, you need a block of emerald, a log, a bow, a sword, and lapis lazuli, but if you already have some Wilden drops, you can use those instead. And that works because you need quite a few of these things. You might want to do a few of these rituals. So that's what we're going for. We're going to need a block of emerald, lapis. Let's go and grab these from our computer because I think I have everything I need. Anyway, sometime later, here we go. There is a tablet of Summon Wilden. So if we put this in the ritual brazier with a jar of sauce, we've got any jars of sauce in here? Yeah, there's one 100% full. Great. We'll be able to summon some Wilden. What we can do is kill the Wilden and get the drops. That is what we'll need to do. What we should also do as well, though, is trap the Wilden so we can use them with our Drygmy farm. The way a Drygmy farm works is you trap monsters in jars, then you put the jars near to the Drygmy, and the Drygmy will gather their drops. If that makes sense, great. If it doesn't, you'll see later in the episode as we do it. But let's go through the steps of actually capturing these mobs. So we're going to need to capture a monster. It's another ritual called the Ritual of Containment. And we need containment jars to store these monsters in. This is where things get a little bit tricky because we need manipulation essence. And this is a recipe with imbuement chambers, a few bits and bobs, and we'll get a manipulation essence. So I'm going to go through this as well because, yeah, basically there's a whole bunch of essences from Ars Nouveau, conjuration, air, earth, fire. These are ingredients and things like spells, components, glyphs, all kinds of things to do with Ars Nouveau. You'll need all of them at some point if you want to get deeper into Ars Nouveau, and they're all made in an imbuement chamber. What you do is you put down the imbuement chamber in the middle, you put 3 pedestals around the outside, supply 2000 source, that's the important part, and a gem in the middle will turn into a manipulation essence. Okay, man, this is getting very complicated, but I think we can make some pedestals. We've probably got the recipe up here saved. Yeah, here we go. Arcane pedestal. So we want 1. Need some more source stone. So we'll get some more of that. 2 and 3. So 3 pedestals. We'll need 1 more imbuement chamber as well. Got the recipe for that over here as well, I'm fairly sure. There we go, there's the imbuement chamber as well. So 1 imbuement chamber, 3 arcane pedestals. So first up you put down the arcane pedestals. We'll put these in the corner, nice and neat. And then the imbuement chamber right here. We'll get this looking nicer in the end, but for now, this will work. You put the components around the edge that you want to turn into the essence, like that. We'll need a jar of sauce to actually fuel the recipe. And this can be quite close, we'll put it there for now. And now, once you put a source gem in here, it will become a manipulation essence. There we go, pretty quick as well, not exactly the slowest of things. And boom, there we go. No flashy graphics, no cool sound effects, but we can do this again as well. Oh, wait, so it doesn't actually consume these ingredients around the edge. So I made 3 of each of these. That was a mistake. You only need to make 1 of them because they do not get removed from these pedestals. Pretty cool. And we can just keep putting in the source gems. It'll drain the source jar, but we will get more manipulation essence. We'll go with 3, because 3 is all we want for the time being. We're going to need a few of these containment rituals though, because each containment ritual is very important for trapping monsters. And there we go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 containment rituals. So we've got the ritual brazier, we've got the ritual to go in it. Now we need the jars. These are even simpler to make, look at this. It's just glass around the bottom, archwood slabs on top. We will need some more glass, so if I can get some sand. Yeah, this is going to take some time, but we'll get it done. So 20 jars later, we are sitting pretty. Got the tablets of containment, the containment jars, and the ritual brazier. This is how we're going to contain some monsters, but we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. We also need to get these Wilden. So first things first, let's go and summon some of these. Now we want to do this out of the way. These monsters are actually quite dangerous, quite difficult to kill. I've got my shield and my flail, and a decent set of armor, kind of. So I think I'll be okay, but we're going to go and find somewhere out of the way to do this. Probably, yeah, away from colonists. So I reckon on the edge of the colony over here. So the ritual brazier goes down, the source jar goes next to it, and we put the tablet of summon Wilden in here. There we go. Now when we right click again, it's going to start summoning the Wilden. We're not going to do that yet. We're also going to set up some containment jars, because what we also want to do is kill a couple of these and contain the rest. And there we go, 8 jars should be okay for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon the Wilden. Then we're going to kill one, Then we're going to activate the tablet of containment in the same ritual jar and trap the rest, because all we want is enough drops to get 1 Drygmy. Okay, very complicated so far, but let's do it. Okay, so boom. Here come the Wilden. Right, there's one. We'll whack him. Oh god, there's a lot of these. Did we get a drop? We got a wing. We want a horn, I think. Or is a wing okay? Oh my god, these guys are tough. You know what? Let's contain these. Let's contain these. There we go. The tablet of containment is in. Oh god. Oh my god, these guys are tough. Oh my god! I've got to keep running. Here we go. Activate the containment ritual. There we go. It's in. And we're capturing... Oh my god, we're capturing all the dogs. No, we don't want dogs. And we've also got a whirly sprig. Well, we need at least 1 horn. So let's kill this guy. Because these guys drop the spikes, I think. We're looking for horns, which is the basic Wilden. That guy over there. Oh my god, and they summon dogs, which are a real pain in the butt. Oh man. Here we go. He's down. Got the horn. Perfect, what we need. Let's try not to die. Kill these dogs. Oh, I hate killing dogs. Oh, and they're gone. Perfect, okay. So the ritual has been spent. We've captured 1 Wilden hunter, 2 Wilden hunters, a whirly sprig. That'll do for now. So we're going to turn off the ritual, dig it up, there we go, and we have these jars full of dudes. So what we can actually do now is use these jars to farm drops from these monsters. I'm not sure what dogs drop, but we've got lots of jars of dogs at least. Well, we'll worry about that later. Put these in our backpack for now and forget about them, kind of. Now, the big thing we wanted from this whole thing was these Wilden horns that I have right here. This we can use to seduce a Drygmy and get his token. Now, it might be that we can also use a Wilden wing or a Wilden spike. Let's go and find a Drygmy and see what they like. These are pretty common. You'll see them out and about. They're these little kind of tiny druid people with massive beards and weird horns. Now, if you do have trouble finding these specifically, there is a way you can kind of cheese it. There is an item from Ars Nouveau called the scrying rod, the dowsing rod. This lets you see creatures from Ars Nouveau through the ground. Now, they're really cheap to make, so we're going to make use of one of these, but they're very useful indeed. So 1 gold, 2 bits of plank get you a scrying rod. Now what you can do is when you right click with this, it does have durability so you can use it up, but if you right click, it will give you this buff, scrying, for 1 minute. And what that means is you can see Ars Nouveau creatures through the ground, and it makes them so much easier to track. Oh, over here, look, as you can see, something is showing through the ground. It's a whirly sprig. Not what we're looking for. Let's continue the hunt. So here we go, my dudes. These are the ones we're looking for, these weird dudes with these massive horns. Let's give one of these guys a horn. So there we go, give him the horn. Oh, and it looks like both of these guys are coming over. That's good news. One of them's stuck, so never mind. Once they get the horn, they do a dance, and you get 2 tokens. So the big question is, does a Wilden wing work as well? Oh my god, it does. So it's any drop from a Wilden creature will get you these tokens. 2 is all we need. 4 is even better. But as the sun sets, yeah, let's head home and start setting up this Drygmy farm. Okay, so we got some Drygmy totems with... Oh no, oh my god. Okay. Oh, and also, placeholder name. Remind me to change the name of this colony. So barbarians have spawned, and this is not the ideal time. Southeast. Southeast. So over here, it's just 1 guy, 1 chief. That can't be right. I think the others just haven't arrived yet. Anyway, I've got my rallying banner. Let's fire that up. Get the dudes over here. 12 guards. Oh, right. So I automatically added all of the new guard towers, and it looks like as our colonists have grown up, they've arrived and gone into these guard towers as guards. Now this is good and bad news because I haven't actually given these guys any weapons or armor, so we could be seeing a massacre tonight. Oh no, here they are. Oh my god, yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of barbarians coming our way. I don't know why the chief is down there on his own, but sure, whatever, we're not going to judge. So they're coming over the river. Let's get ready. Get my shield out, prepared. Ready to rock. I haven't got my shoes, left my shoes at home, but that's okay. Where are these barbarians? Dead ahead. All right, guys, to battle. Oh my god, these guys are tough. Kick some butt. Oh my god, they are kicking my ass. Oh no, we've gone outside the colony boundaries and some of our guys have gone home. But here we go, epic fight mode. Now our guards are doing God's work over here. The spearmen are kicking some real caboose. But if I'm not careful, this one barbarian is going to kick my ass. Oh my god, I want to watch the battle. Here we go. Okay. There we go. 5 raiders remain. Let's go over, kick some ass. 3 raiders remain. 2 raiders. Come on, my dudes, get them. Oh, some of our guys are pretty low on health, though. 1 raider remains. Kick his ass. And there we go. We defeated the raid. That's it. But there's still a chief barbarian down here. What's this guy doing? He's lost. Now, this was close. Take a look at this. Our guards are very low on health. In fact, Billy Almabill almost kicked the bucket there. 9 health down from 73, so we need to make sure we get food in these guards' bellies. Well, okay, back to the mission. So we want to set up a Drygmy farm, and we're going to do this upstairs on the new floor that we built. A Drygmy totem becomes a Drygmy charm in the enchanting apparatus if you surround it by source gems and, I guess, every single type of food. So 1, 2, 3 source gems. Then we put down a carrot, put down an apple, put down a seed, put down a wheat. The last thing remaining is a fish. You can find a fish. I think the carp will be okay for this. Now the Drygmy token in the middle, and here we go. It's becoming the Drygmy charm. Very nice indeed. Oh, perfect. So we'll grab this thing out. We only need 1 for now. We can make some more later on because now we know how to do things. So we put the mossy cobblestone now in the middle of this room. This will do. Now we take the Drygmy charm, right click on the mossy cobblestone, and oh, it's pulling in magical energies from across the globe to turn this mossy cobblestone into a weird little kind of Stonehenge thing. The Drygmy sits on top and does his little dance. Now what we want to do is put containment jars around the edge of the room. Now this guy will pull from any jar that's within 10 blocks, so you can set up really, really, really big farms. He'll consume source energy to generate drops from anything that's in a jar around his vicinity. He'll then put those drops into a chest directly next to his Drygmy henge. So we're going to have to go and grab a barrel for now. And there we go, 1 barrel located directly next to this Drygmy henge. So we need to get source into this henge as well. Right, so we're going to have to actually turn on our source farm down here. So here we go, some cactus down here on the snad. This is going to generate an insane amount of source that's been fed into this source jar. But we need to link this source jar to the Drygmy farm somehow. So we're going to need a magical relay. Source is like a power source, and you can use wires or cables, or as Ars Nouveau calls it, you can use, what are they? Source relay? Yeah, you can use these relays to relay source around your base. So what we want is a source relay. We'll need a gem block, which is just like that. Then gold pieces, and this gets us the relay. If we want to turn this relay into other cool things like splitters, we'll need to use the enchanting apparatus. But the relay is all we want for now. Take source from one jar and put it into another one. We also want to grab our Dominion wand because that is basically the wrench for Ars Nouveau. It lets you tell machines and things what to do. So we're going to nerd pole up here like this. Use the Dominion wand on the source jar, position set. Come up like this. This is going to be a bit floaty, but we'll make it work in the end. Is that going to be okay? There we go. We'll put down the source relay like that. Then with the Dominion wand, again, right-click on the relay. And as you can see now, it's going to take from that jar. Now we need to connect it to, if we right-click here again and dig down, we need to connect this relay to another source jar to fill up. And as luck would have it, we do actually have a spare, so we're going to put down this other source jar right here. And now right-click again, and now the source is being sent. If we dig away this, you'll be able to see all the way from the bottom, straight over here to this source jar. And now this Drygmy will use the source in this jar to power the mob farm. So the big question on everybody's lips is, does this work? Have we got any Wilden horn drops yet? Let's take a look. Oh my god, yes! We've got 10 Wilden horns. It looks like it works. This is excellent news. Now we will be decorating this because this looks really ugly. We'll make this area look all nice and we'll make this whole system work. But yeah, the system works. So using what we know, we're going to use our empty containment jars now. The tablets of containment to go and grab the mobs we're looking for. We're going to borrow for now this full jar of sauce because we'll need this to power the rituals. But yeah, let's go and grab what we need. So we're looking for the things we want to farm up for our colonists' food. Number one, obviously, is going to be a cow. So let's go and see if we can find this bad boy. And it really is as simple as putting down the ritual, starting the ritual up, putting down a containment jar, activating the ritual, and then you have to get the cow to come to you. This could be tricky, actually. This way, my friend. My bovine beastie friend. Oh, what am I talking about? We could just use wheat, couldn't we? I've got any on me. Germ wheat? Do you like germ wheat? Looks like he does. This way, my friend. Into the jar. Amazing. So, rather than waste a ritual, what we could also do is pull over maybe like a pig or a sheep as well. Since the ritual over here is already running. Oh, look at this. He's filled his jar up with milk as well. Careful, pal. You don't want to drown in there. So over here, we're going to put down the jars with the chicken, the cow, the sheep, and the pig. Absolutely perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm going to tidy this whole room up, make sure this all looks really neat and tidy. So if you want to speed things up, you can add even more Drygmy charms by right-clicking with them on the henge. This will mean the whole operation costs more mana. In fact, that reminds me, let's put this back and use the Dominion wand to get it all hooked up again. So here we go, check it out. In the barrel now we have raw mutton, we have raw beef, raw pork chops, raw chicken, a feather, and white wool. That is amazing. Okay, so we have ourselves a mob farm that we can use to reliably get beef now. Oh man, yeah, look at these stink lines. These guys are chomping at the bit. They desperately need some food. So let's get some things set up in the cookery to start with. Number one, we want to make sure that baked potatoes are on the menu. So baked potato on the menu, boom, because potatoes are going into the warehouse now. Our farmer should be gathering them. We gave them hoes, and they do have those fields. So we also want to add steak dinner to the list. This is an actual Minecolonies recipe, which means Minecolonists will get maximum use out of this food. Now, it is tricky because this is only made at a cookery that's level 4. Ooh, okay, so that means we do have to level up our builder's huts pretty soon. What do these things need to get to level 3 to start with? So build options, spruce. Oh man, you know what? This is actually really easy stuff. We've got all of these materials, so let's get both of these builder's huts now to level 3. Oh no, that brings us on to our other problem. So some of these stink lines are not to do with food because it looks like Lyra has the flu. So another really important building we need to get. Now that we've got carrots and potatoes on farm, we need to build this hospital. Now the hospital is something that we should probably make quite central. We don't want colonists having to go to the edge of the colony to get to the hospital, and sometimes they're going to be staying there when the raids happen. So I reckon right next to the restaurant is probably a good idea. We've done the research for the hospital, so building this shouldn't be too hard. Let's go and craft one. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty cool. Very small, very bespoke. We can raise it up, have it a bit floaty for now. We'll get it tidied up. It's got a sign, Dr. Finkelstein's Family Care. Oh, that's pretty cool. But what does this thing look like at level 5? Big question. Oh man, this looks really cool, like a doctor's surgery in the middle of a village, very countryside. Very cool. So we're also going to add this to the list of things we want to build. Right click here, tick the box, go and get a builder on this. We'll make sure Lyra is building this. Build options Lyra. Even though she's sick, we do have the potatoes and we do have carrots, so we can get her sorted and fix her flu. But let's go and do that right now. But there we go, Lyra should cure herself. There we go. And maybe Ben is sick as well. Let's go and find out.
Can I get you something?
Yeah, Ben's sick as well. That's why he's not working too. So these guys are going to cure themselves. We're going to get them the things they need to get their buildings up to level 2, and then we can watch the hospital being built. So here we go, the hospital. Now, every level of the hospital gives you an extra bed, which means one more person can sit around and get cured. Because we have so many dudes in the colony, we might actually need more than one hospital. So I might be building a second one right next to this one, but I don't know yet. Either way, it can float at level 1 because even though we've got a lot of dudes sick already, illnesses are generally quite rare. The reason why we have so many is that they do spread. We didn't solve the problem very early, so the illness has spread, but once this doctor gets in and starts working, the problem should fix itself. And that brings us on to the second order of business, getting our builders' huts up to level 3. This is a pretty big moment. It does mean that all of our buildings now can be upgraded to level 3, because you can't upgrade anything to level 3 until the builder's hut is level 3. The number we're really going for on the colony though is going to be level 4. That's the level at which the cookery can make the steak dinners, so that's very important for us. So I'm going to be interested to see what kind of materials are required to get to level 4. I think though, we've done a lot around the colony, we've gathered a lot of things, we're probably ready to get to level 4 with the Littleton style because it does not need any materials from either the Nether or the End, which is very good news for us. Okay, looking amazing. I mean, well, kind of amazing. It's a bit of a weird choice, cobblestone stairs for the roof. But you know what, I'm not going to judge because we're only halfway there. We're trying to get these things to level 4. Let's see what they require to get us there. So, required resources for building this next building. Build options. So there's chain required, but not a problem. We do have iron. Lanterns, a block of copper. Again, we do have those. The big thing is going to be these shingles, but it looks like they're only made out of cobblestone. So we can use cobblestone extra and spruce planks to make these extra shingles, no worries. Wow, yeah, in fact, this whole system is super easy to do. Now, the one item that would give us trouble usually is the item frames. These need leather, but I think our Drygmy farm should have us covered. Let's go and see what the Drygmy farm has been gathering in the background. So up we go, moment of truth. So the Drygmy should be farming the leather out of the cow. Let's find out if he has. Oh, amazing, yeah. So we can use the leather that this guy's gathering to make ourselves some item frames. Let's just grab that up, get the other materials, and watch these builders' huts go up to level 4. Pretty big moment. What's really nice about level 4 is it looks like this is the point at which the Minecolonies buildings from the Littleton style start to use shingles. This is a big moment because it makes the houses really look the part. It really brings a building to life when you use these shingles on the roofs. And luckily enough, cobblestone shingles are probably one of the easiest shingles to make. So yeah, this is a really cool look, and I'm really glad that we're finally at level 4. It's super early in the series to be at level 4, but you know what? These buildings are so easy to make, this was super easy to achieve. And there's no real reason why a lot of our buildings can't be upgraded to either level 3 or 4 now that these builders' huts are level 4. Okay, so these buildings are looking really cool now. Littleton Construction LLC is operational. Great job, Lyra. And yeah, lots more room inside here, lots more spaces in the racks, so we can get these guys preloaded with as many building materials as they need. But the big question now, we want to get the cookery up to level 4. What's that gonna take? So number 1, to get to level 3, we're looking at furnace, stone, droppers, campfires. Oh my god, this is all so simple. Let's get this upgraded. Again, super simple to get these buildings up to level 3. Really good to see them both at level 3. The cobblestone roofs, they do look terrible though, so I do want to jump in and let's take a quick look, see what the materials are for getting to level 4, and see if we can do them, because if we can get both of these buildings to level 4, that will be huge. And a quick look shows us, yeah, oh man, it's so simple. It's some mossy stone bricks, so we'll need to use those vines we've gathered, some racks, some cobblestone roofs, barrels and flower pots, so a bit of clay, but honestly, nothing too crazy. Let's get this built. And here they go, both buildings to level 4. The cookery is very important getting to level 4 because so many recipes are locked behind the cookery being high enough level. The restaurant though, I'm not entirely sure why you want the restaurant to be higher level. If you know the benefits of a restaurant at higher level, let me know in the comment section, because I'm very curious about this. The only tricky thing for this build was the wool slabs, but again, our Drygmies are farming sheep, which means we have access to wool, and the green dye can come from the cactus we have over at the Ars Nouveau source farm. Super impressive. Well, there we go. 2 buildings at level 4, including also the builders' huts. Let's go and get steak dinners configured and into our colonists' bellies. Right, so here we go. Oh, there we go. And Lyra finishes the restaurant up to level 4. Amazing. So let's get all of this configured right now. Over here at the cookery, we've already taught her the recipe for baked potatoes. What we want to do now is teach her the recipe for, oh, no, look at this. It looks like she comes with steak dinners by default. So what we can do is we can go over to the restaurant now, put steak dinner on the menu, as you do, steak dinner. Oh, it's already there. So we're going to go to minimum stock now and add a minimum stock of steak dinner 64. What this is going to do is make sure that there's always a steak dinner waiting, at least 64 of them, at the restaurant. The farmers are going to gather the vegetables. We're going to manually get the beef for now and put it in the warehouse. What I do want to do though is get a post box set up so we can automatically get beef out of our tower and into the warehouse. But there's a lot to take care of, my dudes. There's a lot of decoration to do around my tower. I've got to get that looking nice and pretty, especially the Drygmy farm where we're farming all of our animals. But this has been a really big episode. We've got food sorted now. All of our colonists are going to go home with full bellies and be well fed for a while. We've also built a hospital. I'll see if I can get that up to level 2, maybe even 3 or 4, and decorate around that so it all looks all nice and neat, because now we've also solved colonists getting sick as well. Now we do have a lot of colonists that have moved in without names, and we're going to have to make sure they all have a good job, and I'll be using the name generator to go and give them your guys' names. Don't forget that Patreon and YouTube members can go to the Discord, find the channel, and submit your names to become part of the colony. But a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and until next episode, take care.